Welcome to the DNA show.
I'm Nura Shakin,
And I'm Daryl James.
and we're your hosts for today. So as all of you know, Racial Harmony Day is around the corner.
And to celebrate the occasion, just for today, we will be doing the DNA Racial Harmony Day edition.
Did you all know that there were many riots occurred back in the past? These riots taught us to respect one another's religions and races and not to forget why we're currently so united.
Racial Harmony Day commemorates the racial riots back in 21st July 1964. Other than the racial riots, another riot that changed Singapore's history was the Maria Hertog riots.
With us here today, we have Mrs. Lisa Tan, a witness of the verdict of Maria Hertog, and Mrs. Sharifah Ali, who is the witness of the riots. They'll be sharing us their experiences during the riots.
I'm sure racism is a very big issue here, and sometimes you may have experienced one race offending another and such.
As the witnesses of the riots, they will share their opinions and experience during the riot. Let us welcome them.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Both of us are glad to be here.
So, what was it like being involved in the riot, Mrs. Sharifah?
It was very scary as I saw people fighting everywhere.
Can you please give a brief description of Maria's background?
Maria was born in Java by a Roman Catholic Dutch couple. As her parents were the prisoners of war, she was left in the care of Cik Amina and her husband.
Wow, I really pity her. As in, imagine yourself being in her shoes, losing your parents for a very long period of time.
What's worse, bearing the pain as your parents are suffering as the prisoners of war, and there you are getting all the freedom. You know what? I think I'll cry myself to sleep all night.
You're right. I had thought of that and put myself in her shoes before. I wonder how she put up with all this. After the riot started, I was shocked. I mean, like, why would there be riot between the Dutch and the Malays? Why can't there be peace in this world?
I agree. Why can't there be peace in this world? This news regarding the riots had really shocked me. Would you tell us more about what happened before the riot?
Sure, as I was the witness of the verdict, I just saw Maria's case being sent back and forth to the court again. Her case was not settled until 11 December 1950, when the verdict was announced. I pitied her as she was in no position to defend herself.
Wow, I really pity her. So I guess now all of us know roughly about her. So what happened during the riots? Was the commotion very big?
Yeah, the commotion rate was very big until everybody knew about it. After the riot broke out, people were killed and injured, cars were overturned and burnt, vehicles were damaged.
I guess there was a chaos back then and a hard time for police to settle them down. Ashkin, would you like to know more about what happened when Maria's case was brought to court?
Sure, of course. Would you like to tell us more about what happened in between?
The court ruled that Maria was placed at a Roman Catholic convent. During the stay, different news reported that Maria was happy or sad. But there was only one similarity, and that was a symbol of Christian faith. Maybe of this reason that the Malays would get offended, I'm not sure.
Precisely, as in, even I as a Muslim would feel offended because the British is not respecting our religion. Don't you think so, Mrs. Sharifah?
That was exactly how I felt. But what's past is past. We can't change it, right? But what we can do now is learn from our lessons.
Yeah, true. Sounded like a good experience. How I wish I could be one of the witnesses. It would be a good experience for me, don't you think so?
Yes, I totally agree, but we might get ourselves hurt, right? So, how was it like to be the witness of the verdict?
I felt very anxious as we would not know what happened next and what would be the outcome of the verdict. I saw anxious looking people.
So, there must have been a lot of suspense, huh?
Of course, I was like, where would this end? Maria wore her traditional baju kurung, ate her food with her hands, and had Muslim beliefs. Her parents found her back in 1949 and her case was brought to Singapore's legal court.
Oh, and a year later, the court ruled that Maria will be returned to her real parents. However, Cik Amina appealed against the court order.
So, was it a success?
Yeah, Cik. Maria was then returned to Cik Amina.
I heard that Maria was then married to a Malay teacher, right?
Yes, however, her marriage was not approved by the British law as she was underage and she did not seek her parents' permission. Because of this, the Malays were
Sheikh Aminah appealed again but was rejected. The court decided to put Maria in the convent. Large crowd gathered at the Pradhan to know the verdict. Because the British seemed to be siding the Dutch parents, the supporters of Sheikh Aminah started a riot as the British were not sensitive to the feelings of the Malay community. Any Eurasians or Europeans were attacked.
That was so harsh and chaotic.
Crowds were overturned and serious rioting mainly occurred at Sultan Mosque, North Beach and Jalan Besar Road.
It was totally chaotic.
What's worse, the riot continued for 3 days and curfew was imposed for 2 weeks. To maintain law and order, troops were called in.
Like what I said, there were a lot of damages done to the vehicles and there were also casualties too.
Wow, these riots have taught us a lot of things. Well, this brings us to the end of the show. Thank you, Ms. Tan and Mrs. Sharifa, and thank you for being such a wonderful audience.
And that brings in one of our ending messages: we must preserve racial and religious harmony. Alright, I hope the audience are paying attention because we are going to have a quiz posted up on our website at www.notriverwebsite.com
where you can win attractive prizes. And I'm Daryl.
and I'm Ashikin. Stay tuned next week